Greetings and welcome to another edition of Friday at 4:20 on this Tuesday afternoon, a little after 4 o'clock. No time to explain the screwy title compared to what time the show is on. We're just appreciative of the fact that you have joined us for another great edition of Friday at 4:20. Got a super guest, going to be having some fun with that. But before we get to that, I got to remind you, please like and share what you're viewing right now on Facebook so that it gets spread around to all your friends so they know you're not working hard. And as well, remember, you can always watch previous episodes of Friday at 4:20 on any of the streaming services. Just search Friday at 4:20. Let's get right to it and introduce our panel. As usual, I always like to start with my personal life coach and mentor, Mr. Patrick Coppolino.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, Patrick. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You know, a lot of people ask me, how is it that you have a life coach and mentor who is younger than you, like significantly younger than you? And I said, you know, but Patrick, you have like an old soul, right? Have people told you that before?
Well, people think I'm old. since like I said, since my 22, people thought I was 45, but it's mostly just my balding hair and my looks.
So it's not an old soul. They just think you're old.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Well, as long as we cleared that up for everybody. So that's how I use Patrick as my life coach and mentor. Here's a guy who could use a life coach and mentor. If anyone's looking for the gig, doesn't pay much, Mr. Manolis Zontanos.
What is a life coach and a mentor? Is that the same thing?
Kind of. Yeah. I mean, you know, there's people who actually rent themselves out as life coaches. Mentors tend to be somebody you look up to who doesn't pay you. Life coaches, you have to pay.
Look, buddy, I don't need either. Look at my chest.
Huge. Look at that body. Look at that T-shirt.
Did you find that at Value Village?
No, my brother's wife bought it for me. I wore it one day because I felt bad because I didn't want her to be like, you don't buy the things I wear you for Christmas. And I'm like, so I wore it to the nursing home just as a T-shirt. And then it was like, you think I was the funniest person in the world. It was like, this is better than my act. I'm going to wear it all the time. It was impressive.
Well, it does look very impressive, Manoli. And you do a lot of bits in your act about going to the gym. So that would leave people with the impression that you actually go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to our special guest. I can't believe, and we've been doing this show for 3 years. And this is the first time that we've had this gentleman on. I mean, he's local. He's well known across the country, across North America for touring. And we have never been able to land him. But we got him now just for you, Mr. Frank Spadone. Hey, Frank.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Manolis, you need a life coach, a mentor, and a wardrobe stylist. Hey. Amazing. Great
How are you, Frank?
You know, I'm good. I'm sorry I didn't come on the show another time. I think before when I was asked, it was actually live, like in studio. So yeah. I you know, it was a bit of a drive, and I'm lazy, and I got kids. So
yeah, if I'm being honest, too much of a drive.
Too much of a drive. This way saves a lot more on gas money, especially these days, eh?
Oh yeah.
That's the one good thing about these Zoom type interviews, right? It's like, oh shit, yeah, I could do this now. It's easy. Here you go.
Yeah.
I was just cooking dinner, and my wife said, you better go do your interview. I'm like, thanks.
Thanks. What do we have for dinner, Frank?
You know, well, Pat is very familiar with this because we're paisans. I made meatballs with veal. With why use an adult cow when you could use their babies? I know I'm gonna tag for that. There's people mad at me because I eat veal. It's crazy.
Really?
Yeah, and when I think about it, it feels wrong.
It tastes so good, though.
It does taste so good.
Well, and I'll just throw this out there, just as a bit of an environmentalist. But if you get the babies, they don't cause as much environmental damage, right? I mean, if you let it grow to a full, it's like way lower for a veal baby. So I think it's an environmental meal, really.
I didn't think about that, so I'm saving the environment.
So I should kill my kids. I get it.
Yeah.
Deal.
All right, let's dive into our show. We should mention right off the top, one of the reasons Frank is here, we coerced him because he's playing Levity this weekend. It's going to be a fantastic couple of nights of comedy with Frank Spadone. There's still tickets available, but not a lot. So go to levitycomedyclub.com and get your tickets for this Friday and Saturday night. Is that correct, Patrick?
Yep.
Excellent.
Both nights, 8 o'clock. Yep.
Both nights, 8 o'clock. Frank Spadone. He's going to actually spend some gas money and get to Hamilton. Going to invest large.
Looking forward to it.
It's going to be a great night. So we look forward to having you in the Hammer. Frank, you get to go first. So I've got 12 envelopes with random topics in them. They're numbered 1 through 12. I stole these from my former employer, Bell Media.
Yeah.
And I have to take something on the way out the door.
Yeah.
So you pick a number between 1 and 12, and that'll be
I'm going to go with my first hockey number when I played for the Downsview Beavers. What an intimidating
They weren't were they?
We were the Beavers.
The Downsview Beavers.
Number 2. I was defense. Number 2, Ian Turnbull.
Number 2. Oh, Ian Turnbull. Yeah, I know that. I recognize that reference. Very good. Ian Turnbull. He was a classy act on the Leafs.
Yeah.
Let's pound those Beavers. Isn't that what that was the slogan of the team?
We would walk in, pound those Beavers.
Mike, I'm the dirty one.
Yeah.
Sorry to steal your thunder there.
A lot of high sticking in that game.
Topic number 2 on this Friday at 4:20 with Frank Spadone. Frank, here's your question. Simple one, man. What is the best shot? What is the best thing to shoot if you're shooting liquor? What is the best shot?
Oh, man. What's the best shot?
Yeah.
It's got to be grappa. You guys know it's very popular these days.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. The great thing about grappa is usually you find some that's homemade, so it's free. One of your relatives made it in the garage and didn't kill themselves. If you ate anything, anytime, let's say you had your gummies there, Manolis, or whatever, and you ate tons, you have a shot of grappa, it disintegrates everything in your stomach and the stomach lining. Definitely. I don't know if you're going to find that at a nightclub or a bar, but
I thought you might go the classy route and go with maybe a limoncello, but no, grappa is.
Limoncello is more of a sipping. People put it.
Yeah.
Limoncello you're supposed to sip on, but limoncello is fantastic as well. Nice,
especially if it's nice and frosty. Right?
Got the lemon. Something about grappa. It just you feel like a different person, and you are.
I live in an Italian neighborhood where I am in Hamilton, and I had grappa many a time. And I always just felt like it tasted like lawnmower fuel.
Yeah,
it's like that. Like
exactly
the guy just drained the tank on the lawnmower, and we're now drinking it.
Well, it's made in the garage, right? So I'll tell you what happens. Is my brother-in-law? He's the Northern Italian dude, and he makes his own. So if someone's wine's going bad and it hasn't become full vinegar yet, or when you press your own in the garage and there's that stuff and it starts fermenting, you could put it in. So he got an old washer, like from a washer and dryer, a washer drum, and back in the day they were made of copper. So you do that and you seal it. You use this weird cloth with flour. It's almost like a paper mache, and you seal it. And then he soldered some contraption where it goes up, but then there's water. That it's really complex. It's like Breaking Bad Italian style in the garage. And I swear, and the whole time what happens is, so you boil this stuff and the alcohol sort of comes out. It's a distiller. And then it cools it off, and then it's dripping the thing that's below. And the whole time, you got to start tasting it after a while to make sure it's not water and that it's still alcohol. But you keep tasting it. I mean, after an hour, you don't know what you're tasting anymore. And it could be motor oil or gasoline. You're like, does this still taste like alcohol? I don't know. And the whole goal is to not heat it to the point where it explodes.
You know what? I applaud your brother-in-law's ingenuity.
Oh
right?
my God!
There's that industrial in this.
Hasn't killed himself. What do you want? You want to go skydiving? You want to make grappa? Which one's more safe? I don't know.
Which one's more safe? I want to see you say that whole thing again, but on Shark Tank.
I should. Listen, guys. I got this great invention here. Why buy booze and pay thousands of dollars of tax money?
Got this old washing
you
machine.
can get drunk while you're making your own alcohol.
Patrick, since Frank already identified you as a fellow paisan, you've obviously had grappa before.
I actually don't think I have.
Well,
I am ashamed to admit, but I haven't.
it's like I'm bringing a
I'll
bottle.
I'm like,
yeah, I'll have to give it a try
I'm
this
like
weekend, maybe.
I'm a pasty Dutch guy, and I've had it, man. Wow.
Yeah, you have to hook us up.
What is your favorite shot?
Well, it changes. It's usually I have a favorite until I throw it up, and then I can't drink it anymore. It was vodka, and then it was Jaeger, and then now I'm on tequila. Hasn't made me sick yet.
Tequila. Which tequila you drinking?
Just whatever they got.
Doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, yeah. But I have had. Speaking of like really strong, ruin your stomach lining. I was in Nashville and someone gave us homemade moonshine, and we were not aware that you're supposed to do like teaspoons of it, or even if you do a shot, just like do a shot and just like let it like wait. But we did multiple shots out of this jar, remembering like the night just ended at one point, and then I woke up as a little TMI, but there was poo everywhere. I don't know why.
A little, eh? A little shit or a little TMI.
It was everywhere. I don't know if it was just mine or.
But do you clean it? I don't know.
No, it was.
You don't mind so much.
It was a hotel. We just left.
He let it ferment.
That's true.
But no more moonshine for me.
Oh my God. All right, Manoli. Best shot. What are you shooting, my friend?
Well, I can't get it anymore because my dad used to make homemade wine, but when I was, you're supposed to just drink wine as wine, but what I would do is when I was broke, which was most of my life, and I was just wanted to get fucking drunk fast or just drunk, I would take a full glass of this wine and just drink it all like water, just like real fast. So there's a shot of a glass of like wine. Like, and Pat, actually, when me and Pat first became friends, we were doing this together, right? I showed you this, right?
But I like how it's a glass of wine, but because he drinks it all at once, he calls it a shot.
Well, is that a shot?
It's a huge shot. Yeah,
it's a shot that big.
It was very strong. It was like drinking nail polish remover. It was.
And you'd be like, and like 5 minutes go by, and like,
yeah,
and you're like, yeah, like you so
true. The homemade wine, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes, man, you can't control the alcohol content. Depends how it.
My dad one time had this barrel like that he would made his wine. So one year someone told him to clean inside the barrel before he made his wine. Do you know about this, Frank?
Yeah, you got to leave it because there's the mother in there. Like,
so I don't know what happened, but somehow whatever he did fucked up his wine. It made it like 10 times stronger.
Oh, it made it stronger?
Yeah, so my dad started drinking this new wine, and then he started he would have half a glass of wine, and he like later he was walking all funny and falling all the time, and he's like, I think I have vertigo, and I'm like, I was gonna take him to the doctor, and like I thought there was a serious because my dad was old, and then I tried some of his new wine, and I took half a glass of wine, and I was fucked up. I was fucking lit.
You know what? I've heard of this before. I know what it was. It was the bleach that got stuck in the
Okay, you don't know.
Was it a barrel? What would he store it in? Was it glass? Like
it went from a barrel to it went from
like
a barrel to
glass things with the wicker around it.
Yeah. I had a whole fucking system, dude.
Maybe he didn't rinse the thing out too well. It would have been so fantastic in there.
This is like Breaking Bad, man.
Yeah,
it was the strongest shit I ever. He threw the whole thing away. He realized it was that was what was making him fall over.
He was okay. Eh? The doctor's like, "What are you doing?" Nothing. I just drink a glass of wine. Half a glass of wine every night. Let's be healthy.
Frank, did your family make their own wine when you were growing up?
That was one thing we did, and I helped. Was we made wine. My dad loved making his wine every year, every fall. Would start fermenting in the house, and you'd almost get high from it. For a while there, everybody was in a good mood, like it's just in the air, right?
Good vibes.
That was for sure, and it was really one main reason why we did it. My dad, well, two. He didn't trust anybody else's wine. He thought it was all chemicals and stuff at the store. So he knew, he goes, when I make, I see the grape squish, and that's what I drink. And the other thing is, he wanted to save cash. So it's cheaper to make your own,
That's a total win-win for an Italian, man. It's like,
That's all. It's those two things.
save money and I trust what I'm eating.
Save the money.
Exactly. All right, let's move on to another topic. Friday at 4:20, our special guest Frank Spadone headlining this weekend at Levity Comedy Club Friday and Saturday night. Manoli, pick a number between 1 and 12, not number 2.
Okay, Patrick, are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, think of a number.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, number 3.
Oh, I thought 7.
Damn it!
He could have just lied.
I know.
We've been trying to be psychic.
We keep trying to see if we're psychic.
What am I thinking, sweetheart? What am I thinking?
We've tried to guess which number he's going to pick every week. We never get it, but the one time we're going to get it and we're going to think we're psychic. It'll blow his mind when we finally...
You know what? I was even thinking of a number, and Manolis was off the field too. Neither one of us is going to get into a relationship with Manolis.
All right, Manoli, your topic on this Friday at 4:20. I know you guys, all three of you, spent a lot of time on the road. So give me something about hotels, motels, something you like, you don't like. Just share with me something about the motel experience as a comic on the road.
Well, I mean, definitely what I think every comic will say this is my favorite thing is just being able to jerk off at peace. You know what I mean? Like, you're in there, you put your bags away right away. You turn on Girls Gone Wild, and then and you
free.
Yeah, you flip the little lock thing, so you just you pull one off right as soon as you get in there. It's
got
perfect.
a room. Nobody's bothering you.
Yeah, it's just it's nice. That's probably the best, and yeah, that's the best thing. That's it. Masturbation.
And you don't have to be quiet about it.
Yeah, right.
So Yara was thinking. Everyone exaggerates with that, but I'm definitely gonna put like a Ziploc bag over the remote control of the TV.
I'm an animal. Do you just jizz everywhere, Frank? I parachute. I'm not an animal.
You go into the Kleenex?
Yeah, well, what a Kleenex or toilet paper, but I have a system. I don't want my jizz on me.
No one wants to jizz all over the place. That's inconsiderate.
Well, tell them about the face cloth in Halifax.
Okay. Oh, this is bad. So, do you remember Halifax, the old Halifax yuck yucks?
Yeah.
They put you in the condos 3 rooms. Well, there was the third, the biggest room had its own bathroom.
Okay.
So I go, I check out, but I'm still there for a couple days before I go to Moncton. And so I still have my key though. So I hook up with this chick a block away from the club at a bar, and then it ends up she wants to bang, and I'm like, I have nowhere to fucking take this chick because I was staying with a friend, right? So I go, hey, I go, well, let's go back to my room. I pretend I was still staying there, and I'm like, I was thinking like if it didn't work, I'll just bang her in a bathroom somewhere in the hotel, right?
Like a gentleman.
Like a gentleman. So we go and the fucking key works. But as I go in, I realize the maid has already been there and she's already done all the beds and she's done all the towels. She's done everything. It's spick and span, right? So I bang her on top of the bed in the headliner's room. And then I go afterwards. I would use a condom anyways, but I just afterwards I go to the bathroom. And those little hand towels in the bathroom? Yeah. So I take one of the hand towels afterwards, I throw in some hot water, and then I wash my knob with it. I just clean my dick off a bit.
Yeah, sure. You clean the schmagma off.
Right.
Like you would, yeah.
Right? So then, because I didn't want to get anybody know there was anybody there, I folded the towel back up and put it in the little holder, and I left. And before the next weekend.
That's incredible, buddy.
Did you didn't happen to look up who was playing the next weekend, did you?
I'm not gonna. I know, but I'm not gonna tell that. I'm not gonna say.
You look at them different now, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's such great skin.
Oh. All right, Patrick, you get to follow that mess up. Staying in hotels, motels. Do you like to go? Do you like when you're on the road, or do you get bored really fast? Or
No, it's fun. It's fun going to different hotels. Obviously, the nice ones are nice, but there's something cool about going to like a really seedy motel. Sometimes a promoter will put you in those, and when you're with your buddies, it's kind of like you feel like you're in like a movie and you're being followed. You know, it's some like really shady motel. You just peek out of the curtains every once in a while. But yeah, I don't know. I like it. The thing that I find in some hotels, it's a thing that you didn't know you needed until you have it, is the bathrooms that have TVs in them. That seems like such a weird expense for a hotel to make, but it's a nice thing to have.
do you like it?
Yeah, like we have our phones and stuff, but there's something about like flipping channels on a TV while you're sitting on the toilet. It's that's my favorite thing.
My favorite's the telephone when you have it right in the shitter and people used to call you, like someone's calling you or whatever, you're calling your buddy. That's in another, when you're at a festival or something, you're like, hey buddy, and you're like, they have no idea, and you're pinching a loaf. I don't know if we're gonna get a better story than Manolis's. I mean, I don't know better than jizzing into a hand towel or a face towel. That brings a whole new meaning.
I will follow up though with you, Frank, on the if you're on the phone in the toilet, there's almost like an echoey, like, right? There's a different sound in it. And I know the other person isn't hearing that, but you feel a little uncomfortable that maybe they're hearing that.
And sometimes you don't care because it's a buddy, but sometimes it's like, then it's someone you're not sure and like, how are they going to take this? And then I didn't realize what control you can have over your sphincter. You can control sometimes. It all depends. There's sometimes you're just not going to control what's coming out. And then there's times where it's like, wow, did I just control that fart for it not to make sound? Like I made it a silent one, is like just enough.
Do I have that superpower now?
I have that. And I think I did. I did it once. But you're trying to let it just out, like where it's air. It's like.
You can teach a course, right? You can do it.
Yeah, sphincter control.
Everybody could use it, man. This is Friday at 4:20. We are live on the Facebook right now. Please like and share. And don't forget that you can always check out previous episodes of Friday at 4:20 on any of the streaming services. It is time for us to delve into the big pile of topics here for another topic. This time it's Mr. Patrick Coppolino. Pick a number 1 to 12, not 3 or 2. Manolis wrote one down, I'm sure.
Okay.
So go ahead and give us a number, buddy.
Number 8.
4.
Again.
This just
Halfway there, brother. We're halfway
goes
there.
on and on, Frank. You're just lucky you don't have to sit through it every week like I do. All right, here's your topic on Friday at 4:20. Would you rather talk or text or email? What's your preference? I mean, it doesn't matter. What's your preference of the three to communicate?
Probably email, because you can go longer without getting back to them, without them being upset, I think. Text.
Okay.
Talking, definitely no. Talking on the phone is my least favorite thing in the world. I don't answer anybody's phone call. Manolis knows this. He gets very frustrated. I hate talking on the phone. Texting, same thing. But like the thing about texting, someone will send you a text. If you don't answer it, and then like you post something on Facebook, they're like, they know you have your phone, and and then they'll call you or send you another text immediately, and then now you have to answer. I don't know. So email because I don't want to talk to people.
So it's because even the text, you feel compelled that you're going to have to respond to this more quickly. But email, you can say, "Oh, sorry, I haven't checked my email in a few days."
Yeah, or I didn't get it.
Yeah, or I didn't get it. Nice, nice. Yes, that's how Patrick keeps himself sealed off from society. Manoli, what about you? Talk, text, or email? Your favorite mode of communication?
Talking. Obviously talking. That's why I live to talk.
Call people on the phone.
Yeah, I can't. I don't have to spell any of these fucking words that I'm saying right now. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I'll be like, I'll text Pat, and then he'll finally get back to me 6 hours later. I'm like, sorry, my daughter had the phone. Like, I don't, like, bothers me even more. It's like, no, I know you're lying. Why are you lying to me? I've known you this long to say, if you want to say anything, say, man, I'm sorry, I'm a piece of shit, not a good friend. What do you want? But don't fucking go, oh, my daughter had the phone. Your daughter didn't have your fucking phone, okay? And I don't even care. You don't even have to give me a fucking excuse why you didn't fucking answer me for 6 hours. I'm more surprised when you do answer me. That's when you should say, hey, I'm answering right now. I'm on drugs. Hey, you want to do some drugs?
That has a lot to do with it, though. Right? Imagine someone texts you and you're like, man, these gummies just kicked in. And I don't know if I'm going to answer you correctly. No, I need to wait. And then that's when, my son was playing Fortnite on my phone for the last 3 hours. But I just picture Manolis texting Pat. Okay, let's see if this fucker answers. Let's see how long it takes this guy.
Yeah.
Oh man, you guys, it's like a married.
But even when he texts, he talks. He doesn't type. He uses the speech thing.
Hey Pat, how are you?
No, but he said, yeah.
Hi.
I've seen him do it. He got a text from someone and it goes, doo-doo, yes. Doo-doo. He can't even type yes.
You can't even type it. But I gotta say, I'm a talker too. I get annoyed. Listen, I'm 50 now, and my
carpal tunnel.
Oh, my thumbs just kill me. I don't know what I was doing all those years. Why my thumbs have taken such a beating. I got arthritis or something, and then my vision sucks. And really, you know what? I communicate the most, other than this kind of stuff, when I'm in the car. Because if I'm at home, I'm making meatballs. My son needs something. My wife always needs something. And I find, like, I get in the car and then I call people back. When I'm on the road or I'm driving somewhere, I can't text. I do, but it's true. You know what? Text is like speaking to somebody live, but like this. And it's like, like Pat said, you got to reply right away. And it's weird because they'll even check your Instagram, I'm sure, to see if you're active.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I don't know, it was just on. It was on the table. But yeah, emails are.
I would agree with you guys. And one of the things that I do, and I'm surprised more people don't do it. It seems to freak people out. But if somebody texts me, and I have a minute, then I don't text them back. I call them right away.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, I just sent you a text." It's like then they think.
They hate you.
Then I thought through. I go, no, you send me a text.
Mike answers my calls. I call Mike. He answers every fucking time.
Yeah, but if I text you and then you call me, I'm like, oh fuck. Because if I text, I probably asked a question or something. I don't want to have a conversation. I just want an answer.
You know what? I got an idea because I'm starting to see a connection here. My next number, I'm gonna get Mike to pick it, but you're gonna think of one in your head. Okay. I'm gonna see the connection between you and Mike, and if you guys get it right, write a number down.
Right now?
Whenever we're gonna do the next one. Whenever we do.
I wrote a number right now.
You wrote a number down, so I'm just gonna pick a number randomly. This is Frank's next topic on Friday at 4:20. I'm picking a random number. Here we go. Let's see if we can do it. Number 6. 6.
It was a 9. He flipped it upside down.
I did. I flipped it up.
Did you flip it? That's how much you know him, Pat. That's how.
It was close.
That was.
I saw it. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That's the big turn.
But he is dyslexic, so maybe he meant 6.
No, I wrote down 9. I wrote, you know what I did? I'm putting these baseboards back in my room, but I had to keep them in order because I'm using the same baseboards because I painted the wall. So I numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There was 11. But I got this fucking 6, and I'm like, oh, motherfucker, I'm going to get the 9, and then afterwards I'm not going to which one's which. So I wrote S-I-X and N-I-N-E. Like I was smart enough to know that I was going to be dumb later.
Yeah, you could just underscore it.
Yeah, or a dot, like they do in the lottery.
You have your way, and I have mine. Okay,
buddy. And did you remember where to start in the room? That was
corner. I knew. Yeah,
with 1.
Yeah.
That's always a nice trick.
Oh my God.
Okay, so
all right.
Hang on. So it's 6, right?
It's 6. All right, here we go. We got a topic. This is actually a stand-up comedy question for our stand-up comics in the house. So we'll start with this for you, Frank. When you come out on stage and you first look out over the audience, and I know for the most part there's bright lights, you can't see much. Is there anything that you see? what would you see that might unnerve you a little bit? Is there anything that you kind of go, oh, this is, is there anything that could throw you off a little bit out in the front row?
Absolutely. My wife, when she sits there and analyzes. No, you know what? It's a weird thing. Yeah, feeling people's energy. I'll be honest with you. If I can't see anything, it throws me off. Like when it's pitch black. Sometimes you got that spotlight and you can't see anything, and then it's like, okay, I'm swimming, and then you tell the first joke, and then there's laughter, and then you're like, okay, there's people here with me. But I don't know if the guys will agree with me here, but I'm so in my own head when I walk on stage and look at everybody. I'm looking in here more than out here,
right.
Which is so weird. So.
Right.
That's a good question. That is a great question. Is there anything? Yeah, I don't.
You just kind of, but would you say, we've heard it talked about a lot of times in athletics and stuff, but do you you're in a zone, like you get in a zone to perform? You're not actually, Frank just walks on stage and just Frank. It's like there's a place where you have to be to perform, right?
There's a bit of a process, and we all do it differently. There's some guys who like to jokety joke and talk the whole time backstage or in the green room, and then there's guys that are like, no, just I got to be quiet, and you're visualizing what you're going to do. You might not always know what you're going to exactly start with, and that's why I like watching the show. If I'm headlining, even if I'm second guy, or if I'm the first guy after the MC, like the MC's always got it tough, but then the MC has a structure, so that kind of saves, hey, welcome everybody, kind of like what you're doing, Mike, right? But yeah, like if you want to see, there's a whole other show going on backstage or in the green room, and you really see comics characters and how because that's where the anxiety and the anticipation happens before the show, and minutes before you're called, and then you come out, and then the comedian in us comes out. But backstage.
In your particular, for you particularly, do you find some quiet time, or you're?
If I have a gig, especially on the first night, I like to kind of look over my notes and think, these are the topics I want to touch on today. I don't know exactly what order sometimes. Sometimes I have it structured right out, but I like quiet time. But then maybe when I first get there, I like having the camaraderie. Hey, everybody, make everyone feel welcome. But for me, I'm a little more, believe it or not, on the quiet side before a show, and people be like, is anything wrong? I'm like, no, man, I'm just like, I'm in here, like I'm so in here. But there's guys that are like Manolis Ange, you wouldn't even think he had a show. He's yapping up until he goes.
Ange is like Russell and Ange are almost exactly alike, like that,
like almost like, do you guys even worry about what's going to happen? And they're like, I don't know, and I think that when you're on stage a lot, definitely that happens. Like when you're on a tour and you're kind of doing the same set, like when you're, going from city to city to city, you kind of figured out your set for that tour. Then you're a little more comfortable, okay, I'm going to start with this and go here. But when it's like when I want to work on stuff and I want to, it's a little more raw, then I kind of like, I'm focused. Okay, these new jokes, I got to get them in. That's the big thing with comics, right? Got to get the new one in.
Try it out.
But the old ones work so well,
This is Friday at 420. Our special guest, Frank Spadone, performing the headliner this weekend at Levity Comedy Club, levitycomedyclub.com to make sure you get your tickets. They are going fast for this Friday and Saturday night. Manoli, what about you? When is there anything that could throw you off when you first step on stage? I was watching you. We had a huge party at Levity a couple of weeks ago for Manolis's album launch party. And I actually made it down, and it was
nice of you. Thank you for that.
You know what? I have to support you once in a while. So, and I was noticing before you went on stage, Manolis, you were at the back of the room hanging out with. There was a bunch of us back there, but you did not stop moving. You were like a little pacing going on, right? Is that how you get jacked up to go on?
I think I don't even have control over what happens when it's like, if it's
just
important
energy. You're just building up energy.
I'm just walking and pacing and looking at notes and looking at the list and having an idea and trying to get my head in a real positive place, right? I always like to try to pretend that I'm connected to the universe and the universe is connected to everybody else all at the same time. Sounds
Right.
stupid, but I actually think that. I will say, I wanted to say what actually freaks me out when I'm on stage, but before that, I want to say, like, one time I was watching Frank. I might have been the last time you were there. I'm not sure, but it was like, it was getting closer to the 45 minutes mark that you've been on stage, but you probably like easily can do it, crush an hour, no problem, right? But so I'm like watching, and we're getting closer. I'm like, and like I'm listening to the joke, and I go, oh, this is his close. This has got to be his closer, right? It's like you can tell it's just like one of those jokes, like, oh, this is gonna fucking destroy. And then you boom, everything's kills, and you're like, and you keep going. I'm like, what the fuck? And I get thrown off. So then I'm like, because I'm watching, and I'm like, oh, this is his closer. Oh, like, because it's like there's a different fucking feel when something's a closer. You almost know, like, oh, this is the one he's gonna leave on, right?
Yeah.
And then you did that like fucking 4 or 5 times. And every time, like, oh, this is his. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And I'm like, my mind is getting blown that you fucking. I'm like, wait a minute. I think all his jokes are just closers.
Oh wow, that's a great compliment. Thank you, buddy.
And I'm like, holy shit. And like, I always thought you were funny, but then it was like, oh my god, this is another fucking level, dude.
It must have been that night. I must have had some grappa.
Yeah, some grappa, man. I'm gonna start drinking the grappa, dude.
I was in a weird hotel room and I rubbed my face with this lucky face cloth.
All right, fine, buddy. I'll tour with you and jizz on your face before you go on stage every show.
Magic that night. There was a face cloth in the green room.
Yeah. So Manoli, just quickly, you're going to share what throws you off when you're on stage.
2 things. One, for sure, if it's like not a club but like a bar sometimes, and there's like parents with their kids in the fucking
Okay.
Like, come on. Hey, I'm gonna talk about my dick for 40 minutes. You want to get your fucking tenure out of here? Get Timmy out of here, all right? And then and sometimes there's a negative. Just look at someone even like 10 minutes in, and you just see that one person, a guy or a girl, that are like, it almost looked like someone stole their dog, and you're like, oh man, I get it, you're not digging me, but I'm not getting sucked into your fucking negative vibes. Some Karen just being like, yeah, this is not comedy, and you're like, well, yeah, I didn't think so either, but here I am, Yeah. So that's about it.
Excellent. Those are good points, man. Patrick, what about you? You walk out on stage. Is there anything that can hurt you when you step out there?
Well, when I'm hosting, I have to now check to see who's eating, because I do a lot of crowd work when I host, and you wouldn't believe it's like I have a skill. Like, there could be 3 people eating. Those will be the people I talk to. And they're like mid-bite, and you're not getting an answer. I'm like, oh, shit. So that's one thing. But I remember when I started, I saw this picture, and it was of a drawing of a crowd, and like the whole crowd was happy and smiling and laughing. And there was like one guy or 3 people in the crowd like this. And then it says like what a normal person sees, and it was the whole picture. And then it says what a comedian sees, and everyone else was blacked out, and just the grumpy people were showing. And it's so true. Like that easily throws me off. It doesn't matter how well I'm doing. If I look someone in the eyes and they're like visibly not having a good time, it like throws me off. And I just
100%.
think the whole audience is not enjoying it and stuff. So I'm kind of the opposite of Frank. I'd rather see nothing. Like, I like when it's just spotlight and I can't see them unless I'm talking to them. But if I'm just doing material, I'd rather not see them, to be honest. Yeah.
I don't mind seeing a couple heads, or if I see silhouettes of people and I could see that they're there. But if it's complete darkness, it's almost for a second. Because as soon as you said that, Mike, is there anything that throws you off? And I remember a bunch of flashes came to me when sometimes this happens more in theaters than anything, where it's just, you're like, hi, and it's like, is anybody here? And then it probably no one notices it, but my brain for a second is like, whoa, this is like, you almost, and I got shitty vision, like I got a lazy eye. You can't see it now, and my balance, my 3D perception's off. It's like I almost feel like I'm floating there for a sec, and then once you hear people, and then but yeah, that can throw me off in the beginning. It's crazy.
Very cool. Friday at 4:20, we got time for one more topic. Manoli, you're gonna have to pick the number. I'm not sure how the psychic connection's gonna work, but
let's see if Frank gets it.
Let's.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
All right,
I have a number in my head, and I'll be honest. So
okay, yeah, he's got it. Frank's got a number in his head.
Number 1.
Okay, I was thinking 7.
Oh,
That-
you were thinking 7. What's the 7 came up before?
Oh, did it come up already?
No, it hasn't been
No.
picked, but it came
Oh,
up as a
okay.
guess. Topic number 1 on Friday at 4:20. Frank Spadone, our special guest. Here we go. This one's for Manoli first. Oh, it's dealer's choice. Manolis, you get to pick the topic.
Oh, just anything?
Whoa, we've never done that before. This is the very first time we've ever tried this. Yeah, pick a topic. Pick something you either want to tell a story about that the others can tell stories about as well.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you when you're having sex with a girl or a guy or whoever you're having sex with?
You go first, Manolis.
Oh, what's the most? Oh, for me, I'll go first.
The most embarrassing moment having sex.
What do you want? Dirty, or just embarrassing?
It is your topic.
Okay. One time I was having sex with a girl. Well, we were fooling around and we're about to have sex, but we were in a bathtub because we were in a hot tub first, and then she got in the bathtub and I was about to get in, and I realized my penis was matching with her boobies, so I started having sex with her boobies, but holding the shower curtain and fucking her, and I guess I was really turned on by the moment, and then because the way I was all angled and I actually jizzed in my own face, and then I fell and landed on the edge of the tub and slid into the tub covered in jizz.
Wow.
All right. You know what? I think we're done here. I don't think anybody else needs to try and top that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Frank,
don't think you,
add something if you want, Frank, but I'm willing to let everybody off the hook after that one, man.
you know what? First of all, I'm not surprised that it had something to do with sex with Manolis. And yeah, I don't
You
know
should
if I
never
can
give
follow
him
that.
dealer's
I don't know.
choice.
I got a story. I'm gonna save it for this weekend. You guys gotta come.
Oh,
Okay, there you go.
Teaser. Listen, Frank, as we wrap up this episode of Friday at 4:20, first and foremost, thank you so much for doing the show with us, man. We'd love to have you back again because you were a lot of fun. Tell me a little bit, or tell the audience a little bit about how they can follow you on social media. Where do you do your thing, man?
Yeah, for sure. First of all, thanks for having me on. It's been a blast. You know, I haven't seen these guys in a while, but honestly, I feel like I just spoke to three of my best friends. It was a lot of fun. Where you can you know what? Just I'm on Instagram quite a bit at Frank Spadone. That's it, like Frank and then spa, like a spa, and then DONE, like you're done at the spa. Spadone. And you know, I'm on Facebook and stuff, but I usually post on Instagram mostly. And and you know, there's some TikTok stuff that I'm starting, but I'm old.
Oh,
nice.
If you
I'm trying to
toe?
put it. It's the same stuff as you find on Instagram, just on TikTok. Like I ain't dancing, I ain't doing that.
No. although the TikTok, you know, I'm really into the TikTok right now,
Okay.
and I don't post stuff. I'm a voyeur. But they do different things there, and I know a lot of people will post the same stuff on both.
Yeah.
TikTok's got a whole different kind of groove going, and I think there's some great avenues for exploring creativity on TikTok.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure it out. So for now, I'm putting some of the same clips, but we'll see. Maybe I'll do some. You know,
All I see is boobs. That's all I see.
that's
All you follow, Manolis.
Yeah, all your algorithms.
Well, I mean, I don't know what that word means, but it's not my problem. I'm on there. I'm scrolling. It's like boobs, boobs, boobs.
That's yeah, and they're not ones that you're having sex with before.
shower curtains.
These look like they could hold my penis perfectly aligned to my
I've
face.
seen these before. All right, make sure you follow our good friend Frank Spadone on Instagram, but more importantly, make sure you get your tickets for this Friday and Saturday night. They're going to go fast. 8 o'clock at Levity Comedy Club, levitycomedyclub.com. Manoli, what do you want to plug here before we wrap this thing up?
I'll be in Niagara Falls this weekend, Friday and Saturday.
You're going to miss Frank?
I know.
Be down the street.
Yeah.
But I also have a new comedy album out. It's called The Internet Took It. It's on every social platform that you can think of. It's there. iTunes, Spotify. Check it out. That's it.
Nice.
All right. The Internet Took It by Manolis Zontanos, available now on all of those services. So please download it. And it's a very funny album, and several of the tracks were named by me. So,
Yes.
Patrick, We had a little track titling party here on the show.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Patrick, what else is going on at Levity? We got Frank this weekend, Friday and Saturday night. What else?
Yeah, Frank this weekend. Of course, every Wednesday is amateur night. We've got we're doing the Hot Wings Challenge again, the Hot Five. Frank, I don't know if you would be up for doing something like this, but our friends own Dawson's Hot Sauce, which was featured on the Hot Ones show, and we've done this once already. We're doing it again on April 7th, but it's so they have comics of 1 minute to eat as many hot wings as they can, and it's like insanely hot. And then as soon as they're done, they have to do 5 minutes of material.
Oh shit! Maybe we'll see.
But yeah,
Frank's
Right,
going,
so
yeah, we'll see.
there. I
You know what?
remember.
Yeah, Frank will text you on that one.
I'll text you on that.
Okay.
I'll zoom that one in.
That's a lot of fun. That's coming up. But yeah, just go to levitycomedyclub.com and follow us at Levity Comedy Club on Instagram and Facebook.
Lots of very cool stuff coming up at Levity Comedy Club, so please get your tickets for this weekend. And thanks again to Frank. And until we get a chance to talk to you all again in 7 days, thank you so much for watching, and take it easy.
Woo!
Take it easy.